Hello and welcome to this new chapter of the Mu Masters. It's a great pleasure to be here with you today and to be able to go deeper into the secrets of this third race through the presence of the guides, mentors, ascended masters from Mu. We have already seen how this third race, the Mu race, was the first race to be incarnated, to be purely physical. In their descent through the first and second race, they came lower and lower into matter and could finally succeed in inhabiting the matter and still keeping their consciousness in balance. In every ancient mythology, there is a mention of this ancient races, the third race of Mu. And if we go into the mythology, into the civilization that gives us our current mythology, and we look back to the Greek and Roman mythology, the Mu race is represented by the Titans. And what the story tells us about these Titans? Well, in the beginning, there was Gaia. Gaia was the motherhood principle of creation. It was a matrix within which everything could be created. And from the womb of Gaia emerged Uranus, the first father creator potential that emerged from the matrix to fulfill her, to embrace her, to mate with her, and to procreate the first race of gods that are called the Titans. The Titans then are 12, and this is a very important aspect because in the process of creating from subtle planes to the physicality, 12 is the sacred number that allows the structure to be created. Every sacred work to bring energy, to bring creation from subtle worlds to physicality needs 12 aspects. And that way we see how the zodiac is represented by 12 signs, but we also see how many great masters used the symbology of the 12 to allow the descent of the sacred energies. Take the example, for example, of Christ with the 12 disciples. The number 12 has the potential of bringing into the matter, bringing into into creation, the three aspects of the different planes of existence, the middle world, the upper and lower realms. So to create something, it needs to exist in three planes, in four ways of existence. So, from the union of Gaia, the motherhood potential, the matrix, the womb, and Uranus, the fatherhood potential in creation, from the union of both are created these 12 Titans, these 12 creative principles that are pre-Olympian gods. And within these gods, there are two that will be very important. One is Kronos, and the other, a male, and the other one is Rhea, which is a female. Rhea represents the earth, the matter, the physicality, now in its more materialistic aspect. And Kronos represents the principle of time. Okay? And Kronos has trouble with his father because Uranus keeps wanting to procreate and this impetus, this strength of creation is so powerful that poor Gaia is exhausted. So Gaia goes to Kronos and said, I cannot tolerate this attitude of your father anymore. Please limit him. So this is the first conflict where Kronos puts a limit to his own father, to Uranus, and becomes then new ruler of the gods. And Kronos is time, and Rhea, we said it was matter. So Rhea represents the union between both, represents the descent of the consciousness into a realm of matter and time. It represents the moment where an individual comes from the absolute unity and overwhelming, ever-present eternity to a coordinate, a Cartesian coordinate of space, represented by Rhea, and time, represented by Kronos. This is the moment where infinite consciousness focuses itself in a point to go through the experience of a limited frame of life, in a place, in a time. And from the union of Rhea and Kronos are born all the Olympian gods. And these Olympian gods are led by Zeus, that will now start all the history of the Olympian and the new generations of gods. The important thing is coming back to the Titans. The mythology tells us that they're divine, but at the same time they're physical. They live in a physical world, and at the same time they keep their divinity. These are huge giants that descend from the pantheon of the gods to live a human experience, and as such they have also human problems. So they live lives that express all the potentiality, the richness of the human experience. And now all these stories about Gaia, about Uranus, about the Titans, about the Olympian gods, reaches us through Hesiod, the Greek philosopher and author. And Hesiod divides the ages in four. The first age for him is the Golden Age, that represents the first race, this etheric race without differentiation of gender, this race that eventually had to be discarded to allow for a better implementation of new technologies that could allow the descent completely into the physical plane. And then comes the second race, that Hesiod calls it the Silver Age, and this is represented by the second race, the Hyperborean race, also etherical, also androgynal, also not properly or adapted to live a material and 3D experience. And then comes the Bronze Age. This is the third race, and it's represented by the race of Titans. And after that, it still speaks about the Iron Age, and this age, in fact, represents the Atlantean race, the fourth race. And we are now, all of us all together, living the experience of building up the fifth race. How are we going to be known in the future? That is to be told, that is to be said. The fifth race perhaps will be the Silicon Age, the Silicial Age. Time will say. In any case, I thought it was important to share with you all this ancient Greek mythology and to trace the existence of these huge beings, half spiritual, half material, that came to life in Greece through the presence of the Titans. So We'll see each other again next time to start to speak about the characteristics of the Moor race, their goals, their purpose, their achievements, and also how they renew themselves and give place to the fourth race. Thank you very much, and see you next time to continue being guided by the Moon Masters in the history of the races of humanity. Thank you.